Well, these days it's not uncommon to have a woman running an office, but it is uncommon when it comes to car dealerships. The force behind Shelby Dodge is Jennifer Shelby, and she shares her perspective of working in a man's world with Business Insider Alex Ruggieri.
Well, the new economy has brought a lot of challenges. Central Illinois small business owners have worked very hard to rise above. Family-owned Shelby Motors in Champaign is no different. Joining me today is Jennifer Shelby. Great to see you.
Good to see you, Alex.
Yeah, Shelby Motors has been part of the community for so many years. What changes have you noticed over time?
Oh, lots of changes. The internet, which you and I were just talking about a little bit, social media, the internet has brought huge changes to the car industry. The economy, sort of ebbing and flowing over the years, also has brought a lot of changes to the industry.
Yeah, it seems to me that it's just a very modern push into today's economy with the new cars and new technology, all of that kind of stuff.
It is. It's very hard to keep up with, quite frankly, for me. I don't have to keep up with it, though I make my sales staff do that. But all of the media and everything, people want things immediately. And they want that with their vehicle too. So we have satellite radio. You can download your pictures onto your video screen in your car. There's so many different things. They actually teach a course now for my sales staff just on the radio.
So do you have strategies to try to stay ahead of the curve?
It's just constant studying.
Yeah.
And getting feedback from customers. What's important, you know, for some customers, none of that is important to them.
Right.
They want a good cup holder and power windows. So we're all over the board with what's important to people.
Yeah. These days, it's not terribly unusual to see a woman who runs also a business. But what's a little unique about your situation is you're a woman literally in a man's world running a car dealership.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Well, it's interesting. It keeps things interesting. About 15% of car dealerships are owned by women that are actually in there working on day to day in the dealership. Now we're hiring more women. There are more women in sales than there used to be. My office staff is female. Still have yet to have a female mechanic come in and apply those. So still, of my 40 people, most of them are still men.
Wow. And so you employ 40 people?
Yes.
What about unemployment insurance and things like that? What kind of challenges?
Ooh, scary.
Yeah.
The unemployment insurance, the health care changes, nobody quite has their head or their hands around what those changes are. Illinois is a little too liberal, perhaps, with their unemployment policies as far as being able to fire someone, whether or not they deserve it, and some people do. But there's big expenses associated with all that. So it is a little, you know, there's always that element of the unknown when you're running a business, which is scary for everyone that owns one, regardless of what the industry is.
Sure, yeah, because we have to play by the rules, and the rules change sometimes.
Yes, they do.
Well, we've got family and we have our businesses. How do you keep a balance in your life?
It's tough. Now, for me, I don't have small children. I don't have a husband, but I do have nieces, nephews, siblings, family here in town that I like to spend time with. And it's tricky because just as soon as you think you might get out of the store at 5 o'clock to go meet them and do something,
you get a
customers take
somebody
precedence. Yeah, somebody walks in and you're stuck there. So you really have to explain the situation to your family, and they have to be willing to roll with it. And I don't know how mothers with young children, and I know lots of them in this community, but they are unbelievable. I'm assuming they just don't sleep.
Yeah, that's true, especially for young mothers.
Yes.
In many cases. Well, that's fantastic. Jennifer Shelby, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Alex. It's been a pleasure.
You bet, and thank you for joining us. More on Shelby Motors, go to CILiving.tv. We'll get you connected.